Je passe toutes les nuits à marcher dans les rues.
konnichiwa, 아빠들.
Et je
안녕하세요,
laisse
나리입니다.
mon ami
Hello, we are 아빠 and Nari.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. So this episode of Up and Daddy channel is our Paris trip in December 2018.
Yeah, so every Christmas season, we always go to the Caribbean, but this year we went to Paris. Why did we go to Paris?
Because it was before our girls were born, and then there was this Zika virus spreading in the Caribbean. So our doctor advised us not to travel to the Caribbean.
What do you remember the most about our first day?
We forgot our winter jackets. So the first day we had to go shopping to buy our winter coats. But thanks to our forgetfulness, we got some beautiful coats.
de folie se rappellent à ma mémoire. La nuit est claire et pas à pas. Les heures passent une à une, la tête en l'air, j'entr'aperçois les mouvements de la lune. La nuit est claire et pas à pas, ruelle après ruelle, perdu le long des pavés froids. Ce n'est pas pareil sans toi. Et je parle aux passants comme si je les connaissais. Je leur fais des compliments, les mêmes que je te faisais. Ils me regardent de travers et moi je ris aux éclats. Mais c'est la terre entière qui ne comprendrait pas. La nuit est claire et pas à pas, les heures passent une à une, la tête en l'air, j'entr'aperçois les mouvements de la lune. La nuit est claire et pas à pas, ruelle après ruelle, je lève mon verre encore une fois. Oh, ce n'est pas pareil, ce n'est pas pareil sans toi.
This is where opportunity meets chance.
So nowadays, we love taking photos and videos of our girls, but looking at all of these Paris photos, I'm realizing how much we love taking photos as a couple too. Can you guess how many photos we took in Paris? I can say it's less than 3,000.
3,000. And I noticed that Appa likes to make this pose. Remember in the KBS documentary, Appa was walking in Times Square like this. So you always like this pose.
Yes, yes,
This
I
is
do.
your signature pose. Okay. Not too. Maybe not. That's automatically. after Christmas, what was our plan?
Our plan was to visit our home. We've never revealed our home to our viewers, so let us invite you to our humble place.
Appa, what's going on?
I'm trying to replicate the photo I took when I was 12 or 13, but I can tell I looked much better when I was younger. Let's get back to our house tour.
It really looks like our house, no? There are no other people in the photos.
But if you look closely, you will see other tourists. It's just we are very, very experienced photographers.
This is where opportunity meets chance.
So why are we here? This is a street in Marais.
Our friend who is a photographer asked that we go here and take some photos.
Yeah, he sent us this reference, which is a famous photo shoot done by Helmut Newton. He's a very famous photographer. So it was Yves Saint Laurent's campaign photo shoot.
So we try. We try so hard.
the bar at Le Maurice.
Salim.
His name is Salim. Au revoir.
Don't be sad, don't you cry, just let go of your pain. And when you fall asleep, know tomorrow's a new day. Don't be sad, don't you cry, just let go of your pain. And when you fall asleep, know tomorrow's a new day. It's a new day. So shine bright, look at your life, new day. So shine bright, look at your life. It's a new day. So shine bright, look at your life, new day. So shine bright, look at your life.
As we promised, we'll say goodbye with the photo of the portrait drawn for us in Montmartre.
It really doesn't look anything like us, but it's a fun memory. Goodbye.
Au revoir.